I read recently in The Edge Malaysia that e-commerce is a digital heart of Malaysia's economy. It is a great equalizer. Via e-commerce, a single person can run as a global entity thanks to the availability of inexpensive and accessible tools that allow you to ship, deliver, pay, collect, and digitalize other aspects of the business operations. Welcome to Lifestyle E-commerce, where I'm your host, Mahira Khan. Throughout this episode, I'll accompany you as we connect with professionals from various sectors who have seamlessly transitioned from the realm of e-commerce, achieving success and contributing to our economic expansion. Our episodes serve as a window to the inner workings, enabling you to learn from individuals who have previously treaded the same ground and achieved prosperity. Let's talk about t-shirts. From humor to inspiring messages, company swag, fan merch, and so much more, t-shirts provide a powerful form of expression. In many ways, t-shirts are blank canvases for art. No matter how many t-shirt products there are out there, there's always opportunity for reinvention and innovation. Some t-shirts even withstand the test of time as collectibles. It's a business which was born decades ago before technology was at our fingertips and is here to stay for a very long time. Hi, Mr. Nazri.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Mahira.
Oh, Mahira.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on Lifestyle E-commerce.
Thank you so much for having us today.
Most welcome. We're so excited to get to know you. But before we begin, maybe can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Give us a little insight on your background.
Okay. My name is Nazrin. I'm a production manager at FB Digital Sdn. So we are already in this field about 15 years. This is our department, for sewing department. We can produce for 200 to 300 pieces per day. This is it.
Wow. Hey, I had a look around and it's amazing to see the amount of t-shirts and designs that you produce.
Yeah.
So Mr. Nazri, maybe can you tell us what are some of the steps for those interested to create their own t-shirt printing business?
Okay, Mayra. First of all, like in any industry, they must have interest in the business. And that is especially true for this business. They must also gain knowledge on how to design and make t-shirt. And finally, they must have proper planning for business plan.
All right, so the steps are basically you have to have passion.
Yes.
You've got to have some basic knowledge in t-shirts at least. And of course, most importantly, proper planning, right? Okay, great. So I'm curious to know, can you maybe give us the process of how a t-shirt is made?
Alright, so I give you 5 ways how we do the t-shirt in our production house. So the first one, we need to print the design on the paper. The second one, sheet the design to the fabric.
Right.
The third one, cutting the fabric using our laser cutter. So the fourth one, send to here to swing their parts one by one and make them a t-shirt. So the last one is QC and deliver to customer.
So essentially it's a 5-step process.
Yes, just 5 steps.
Okay, interesting. And can you tell us maybe who do you supply to? Who are your range of customers?
I supply to school, clubs, sport associations, companies, and many more. But most importantly, I have many agents out there. It's a simple process of buy and sales.
Okay, interesting. And can you tell us, what do you think the t-shirt printing business will look like here in Malaysia in, let's say, maybe the next 5 or 10 years?
5 to 10 years. I think it's getting bigger and bigger. Because why? First, about population in Malaysia. The population is becoming increasing, so the demand, of course, will increase.
Somehow or other, I feel t-shirts never go out of style. It never has, and I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Do you think that this business is something that can be done at home?
Of course, Myra, I started at the age of 16. I designed and made t-shirts for my friends and I love seeing them wear it. So yes, I do believe it is possible.
Okay, so you are a test to show that yes, it can be done at home.
Yeah, for sure, it can be done at home.
And my final question for you, how do you think the outlook will be for the t-shirt printing business here in Malaysia in the future?
For my opinion, trends and fashion keep changing. So the demand from the customers always change, then there will be increase for the demand. Printing t-shirt in Malaysia will not die.
You'll always be there.
Will always be there and will be increased day by day.
Yeah, and I think that's just something about t-shirts. It never goes out of style.
Yeah, sure.
It never has and it never will.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nazri.
Welcome.
This industry is one of the top businesses that is often looked at that someone can get into. Trends are ever evolving, shaping the industry's landscape with fresh styles and innovative techniques. The t-shirt printing business is undergoing exciting transformations that demand attention and adaptation. It can be a business that you're looking for. Think about it, stay connected, as we'll return with more. Be right back. Thank you for staying with us. Now, is establishing a flawless e-commerce digital online presence alone sufficient to initiate and run a successful t-shirt printing business? Or are there additional factors that must also be considered to sustain growth and profitability? Well, let's explore deeper into this matter and find out further. Now I'll introduce our e-commerce mentor, Mr. Kenneth. Hi, Mr. Kenneth, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks for having me.
Okay, Kenneth, so maybe let's start by you introducing yourself. Tell us a little bit about your professional journey and what you've done for the digital world.
Sure. My name is Kenneth. I have about 16 years experience in the digital marketing field. I run and own a digital marketing agency called Zapier's Marketing. Our aim is to help small, medium enterprises around the world get better at digital marketing. So when we say getting better, it means that giving them more control over their digital marketing efforts and also giving them more actionable insights. I also run a few other e-commerce ventures as well.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Kenneth. Okay, so maybe let's begin on the digital platform. Say it as a scenario. I'm interested in starting a t-shirt printing business, and I intend to rely solely on e-commerce. How should I get started, and what are the steps that I should take in order for my business to succeed?
Sure. The first thing we always tell the people that we work with is you have to do your homework. Homework in terms of your market research. You have to know your product, your business, and what differentiates you from your competitor and what your competitors are doing. So we encourage the people we work with to ask questions like, what's your best-selling product? Why? What is your unique selling point? Who is your biggest competitors and what are they doing in your similar field? The second thing that I would advise you if you want to start your own t-shirt printing business is establishing your marketing pillars. Marketing pillars in the sense of what you want to communicate to your customers. So are you going to tell them about your brand, your product categories, your printing technologies, or how many businesses you have helped, etc. So the second step is really to establish your marketing pillars. And the third thing I would advise is to have a set of processes to handle and close the leads that are coming in. So you'll be surprised how many businesses they want to do the digital marketing efforts, they promote their businesses, but they don't have the proper resources in place to convert those leads into customers. So I think that's very important.
Right. And considering all these factors, do you think that me as a business, I should handle my online platform by myself, or should I always consult a professional like yourself?
I think for business owners, small business owners especially, it's very important for you to handle your marketing efforts initially so you get the hang of what is happening and you know what's happening behind the scenes and you have an understanding of the channel or the tool that you are using. So once that is done and dusted, when you're ready to scale or when you're ready to get more organized in your efforts, so that is when you should get professional help.
Right. Okay. And maybe in your expertise, what would be the best approach for me to maintain and sustain long-term customers and followers?
I I think the single most important thing that you can do is to have strong marketing pillars. By communicating different things to different customers, you will appeal to more people. So having a strong marketing pillar where you can communicate clearly and concisely to your consumers, that is key in my opinion.
Okay, thank you for the answer. I have one last question for you. In your digital profession, what would be the best advice that you would give to anyone who's starting a business?
I think my advice would be to be consistent and take action. A lot of people, a lot of small businesses that we observe, they are paralyzed by information. So they consume and consume and consume, and then in the end they confuse themselves and they don't take any action. So my advice is, don't overthink it, just take action and make small improvements. The beauty about digital marketing channels is that you can constantly make small improvements day in and day out. To me, that is the most important thing that you can do.
Well, thank you so much, Kenneth. It's been a very nice discussion that we had, and I look forward to talking to you in our next discussion in our next Zero to Hero segment. So don't go anywhere. T-shirt is a go-to wardrobe essential that we just can't live without. But what makes a t-shirt a t-shirt? Simple, it is T-shaped format. Besides literally being called a tee, t-shirts are associated with a certain kind of material representing trends, memories, merchandises, products, services, brands, and celebrities. Tees are so simple to make, comfortable to wear, and worn about just about everywhere. Welcome to the world of t-shirts. But what about the business aspect of it? Let's go find out. Mr. Muhammad Aizat.
Hi, Maira.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I call you Mr. Aizat?
Yeah, sure.
How are you today? First of all, I want to say thank you so much for joining us on Lifestyle E-commerce.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Now, before we begin, I want to ask you, Mr. Aizat, so you own a very successful business right here. I want to know how it all began for you. Tell us a little bit about your background and how it all started.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Aizat. I'm 36 years old. I started this business in 2013 after I finished my study in aircraft engineering.
That's a very long time.
Yeah.
So you studied aircraft engineering and now you own a t-shirt printing business. So how did that happen? How did you choose to go from aircraft engineering suddenly to the t-shirt business?
I think at that time maybe I don't get job in the aircraft engineering industry, and then I jumped to the business because I think I want to start to earn some money.
And why t-shirts out of all businesses? There are so many businesses out there, so I'm curious to know why you particularly chose the t-shirt industry.
Okay, it started because I work with my uncle in the industry printing and t-shirt, and then I decided to do it myself.
Well, what were some of your most challenging moments when you first started up this business?
For sure, the first thing is the capital for the starting. So you want to gain some capital, want to start the business, you want to renovate the shop, and then take some stocks and all the setup for the company and the shop. So it will take a lot of money to spend for the starting business.
Well, thank you so much for all the information, Mr. Aizat. It's nice to hear your story and background about how you started this business. Truly inspiring. But we're not done yet. I want to introduce you to two of our guests today.
Okay.
Our industry expert and digital mentor. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, Kenneth. Hi, Nazrin.
Hello.
Okay, so Encik Aizat, I'd like to introduce you. This is our digital mentor, Mr. Kenneth.
Yes, you.
And this is our industry expert, Encik Nazrin.
Hi.
This is Aizat.
Yes.
So shall we sit down?
Sure.
So let's begin with you, Mr. Kenneth. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask Encik Aizat?
Yep. So when you first started your business, how soon did it take you to go into the digital world? What pushed you to do that, and what were your first steps?
Okay, first of all, when we started business in 2013, after we set up the shop, and then we also set up the social media platform.
Yeah, so the next question I have is, how would you imagine your business without going into the digital front? Will it be different?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain, because when nowadays everyone have a social media, everyone have a internet, and this one nowadays is the digital industry. So we don't tackle this market in the social media, internet, also the e-commerce, I think my business cannot grow. Like nowadays, can you see like this? So I think this social media, e-commerce, very important for our business.
In this competitive era, so how you can maintain or you can get your leads for your followers into your business?
We know the design is most important, so we must follow the trending design to maintain our customer, gain more followers to convert our become our customer. So for me, the design, you must follow the trend, so you can maintain in this industry.
So Encik Aizat, do you have any questions for Mr. Kenneth?
Okay, I have a last question for Mr. Kenneth. In your opinion for professional industry, how can I improve my online website to sustain the business and also to capture the international market?
Let me break my answer down into two parts. To improve your current online presence, I think you have done the organic part pretty well. You can move on to paid advertising. So to move on to paid advertising, you need more marketing pillars. Like what we mentioned earlier, you can talk about your brand, your products, category, reviews, testimonials, etc. And more importantly, you also need to have a set of processes to capture and convert the leads into your customers once the inquiries start to come in. So what do you answer your customers when they ask a certain question? How fast do you respond? Do you send them brochures? Do you tell them your latest promotion? Do you cross-sell, upsell? Or what kind of other information that you can share with them? For the international market portion, you just need to make sure your backend is ready for international traffic and the volume of traffic that will be coming in. In terms of your marketing side, what works for the international market is that you just replicate whatever you're doing locally first and follow the data. For me, the strategies and all will remain the same, but what appeals to the international market might be different than what appeals to the local market. So long as you follow the data, you do more of what they like, what they prefer, I think you'll be able to do well in the international market as well.
Well, I think that was a brilliant discussion. I'd like to thank once again Mr. Kenneth, Encik Nazrin and Encik Aizat for coming on board Lifestyle E-Commerce. The t-shirt market is one that will never outgrow. People will always want to have t-shirts as their fashion staple, and as the world moves into a new era of sustainable-minded business, the t-shirt industry has the potential to become more environmentally friendly. The t-shirt industry is so diverse, it's tough to develop how much the global market is worth. That's good news though, because the absence of a defined market means that there's room for everyone who wants to sell t-shirts online, from beginners to seasoned experts. Every industry is different, however the basic recipe remains the same. First, the passion, research, a business plan, an e-commerce map, and the people behind the startup. Always get feedback and repeat. Keep evolving with the changing times and changing technologies, and you'll do just fine. This is where we part ways. I'm your host, Mahira Khan, and you've been watching Lifestyle E-Commerce.